नित्यानन्देश्वरसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Sri Mahants, Mahants, owners of Sarvanyapita, Kotaris, Tanidars, the Shivoham participants arriving from all over the world. I welcome all of you with my love and respects, and everyone who is sitting with us through Nithyananda TV, Sadhana TV, two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. City is sitting with us in two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. Let me introduce Nachiketa. He is the ultimate embodiment and expression of Shraddha ever recorded in human history. Please understand, authenticity, Shraddha. I am translating Shraddha as authenticity, not sincerity. I have my own reason to translate, and I am allowed to translate in Sanskrit. Even if it is not accepted as per the society's grammar, in Sanskrit we have exemption called Arsha Prayoga. When the rishis decide to give certain meaning to certain words, they have freedom to do it, because our masters know language, even though it is developed by intellectuals and poets, it doesn't have all the capabilities to express what enlightened beings want to. So enlightened beings are given a rare exemption to interpret and explain the words as they want and expand the rules of the grammar as they want. So I am translating this word Shraddha into authenticity. Please listen. It is authenticity that is going to take humanity to the next level. I am going to push the humanity to the next level through authenticity. That is going to be the contact point. That is going to be the central core teaching. That is going to be the authority. Nachiketa, I tell you, see, there are books which speaks about the heroes. There are books which celebrates and glorifies the heroes. There are books speaks only about the principles. There are books which is poetry on heroes. Having somebody write poetry on you or stories about you is not something big. Many politicians all over the world get it done. But the book which always talks only about the principles, Upanishads, in that book, getting even your name mentioned means you should have been such an undeniable personality. Please understand. Where Nachiketa is mentioned shows who he is in the whole Upanishad. 108 Upanishads. Not even 100 names of the individuals are mentioned. Please understand. The whole 108 Upanishads, not even 100 individual names are mentioned. Sadashiva, Vishnu, Devi, Hanuman as a listener of Muktikopanishad, and one or two rishis like Yajnavalkya, Maitreyi, Gargi. In that space, Kenopanishad mentions the name of Devi, Parvati. In that space, Nachiketa is kept by Upanishadic rishis. Please understand. Because Upanishads, from the beginning, are very cautious about dharma-centric. Being centered on the spiritual truths, not on personalities. Even though my personality is worshipped by many of my disciples, I am very clear. I myself establish myself only dharma-centric. Centered on the dharma. Nachiketa's simple authenticity, ferocious innocence, which is not ready to compromise and become ignorance, becomes authenticity. Listen, innocence, when it is ready to get bullied for vested interests, becomes ignorance. If it stands on its strength, it becomes authenticity. Innocence can be bullied by ignorance. If you protect it by not allowing the bullying, it can just become authentic. It can just become authenticity. Here I can see very clearly the Nachiketa, the way he is standing, I tell you, he is not missing a single word which need to be uttered, and he is not uttering a single word which should not be uttered. A true Upanishadic rishi, neither more nor less. And I wanted to record my gratitude to Kashi Vashis and Kashi Pandits who preserved, protected all these Upanishads. To tell you honestly, it is the Brahmins of Kashi, the Pandits of Kashi, protected all the Upanishads by chanting them continuously and keeping it alive. The posterity should know it is Kashi Vashis protected the Shastras. Even though when they went through so much suffering, they have been attacked so much by the foreign invaders, They protected the Shastras, keeping it in their heart. Sometimes I feel, what would have happened if you would have lost all the Upanishads? Oh God. Even to think, it is horrifying. Thanks to Vishwanatha, Ganga Mata and Annapurani, that did not happen. He protected. Kalabhairava protected the Kashivashi Brahmins who kept this alive. Nachiketa. He is not even telling his dad, Dad, what you are doing is wrong. You are not giving away whatever is valuable and precious. He is not telling, Dad, you are inauthentic. No. He is not only a good son, best son ever you can have. He is so subtle. He is so beautiful. He is only standing with his authenticity. But an inauthentic person hurts himself, feels terribly hurt the moment he even sees authentic person. Because suddenly all your inauthenticity comes up and you are facing, oh God, I am reminded many of my missing links. When you see a person in front of you like whom you always wanted to be, it hurts you why you did not achieve that. Inauthenticity. Always hurts. Inauthenticity. You don't even need anything from outside to provoke inauthentic person. Just if he sees an authentic person, he will be agitated. This Jung was scared of meeting a old hermit Raman Maharshi in my native town. He came all the way to Chennai and he even drew halfway, midway. But he was feeling so suffocated, sweating. Must have been running for 1, 2, 3 continuously. In those days, we would not have had roadside restaurants. He would have been first time using Indian Open Universities. And suddenly in midway, he told the person who was driving his vehicle, stop, let's go back to Chennai. And he went back without meeting Raman Maharshi. From all the way from his country, he came to Chennai. From Chennai, he was driving. Midway, he just stopped and went back. If that one meeting has happened, and this Jung got all his junk out of his head, the history of the humanity would have been different. He knows he is going to meet somebody very authentic, who knows the field. It's little terrorizing. He knows, so who knows what he is going to ask and how he is going to respond. And see, an inauthentic person shivers automatically. The moment he sees the authentic person and too tall, in that fear you start blurting out, opening up all your stupidity. Please understand. When you blurt out the way you open your stupidity, simply people will catch it. Simply people will catch it. Nachiketa is not even hurting. Vajishravas. Vajishravas is his guru, Acharya, Pita, Guru, Acharya and Raja. Source of his food, source of his knowledge, source of his home, source of his very life. Is not hurting. Vajishravas. He is only reminding Vajishravas, you are supposed to give everything you love. And I know you love me deeply. To whom are you going to give me? Authenticity is such, it will never hurt. And even if somebody hurts, it will never get hurt. Understand? It will never hurt. Even if somebody tries to hurt, it will never get hurt. Authenticity. Even if all my teachings are lost, in some tsunami or some calamity, just this one truth is kept alive, authenticity. From all my teachings, that one is enough. I'll produce million Nithyanandas out of this one teaching. That one is intelligent enough, brilliant enough, efficient enough to give enlightenment to millions. See the power of authenticity. The moment Nachiketa asked this question, Dad, to whom are you going to give me? Immediately the inauthenticity in Vajishravas was shivering, literally falling into powerlessness. And he just want to avoid answering. How much ever you avoid my voice, it will be ringing inside you. So it is too much for Vajishravas. And from unexpected quarter. See, if a Brahmin who receives the dana, if he has raised the question, come on, you are doing something against the Shastras. Then Vajishravas knows how to justify. Hey, a person who receives the dana should not see the quality of the product he receives. He would have quoted another one Shastra and shut him down. If the opposition is from a minister, come on, Raja Dharma, a minister should listen to the Raja. He would have quoted some other sutra or Shastra or shut him down. If the resistance was from any side, he was prepared to handle, but it is from the most unexpected quarters, and the person whom he loves, for whose sake he is doing everything, including protecting all the best things. He knows he is going to leave the body, Vajishravas. Then why is he protecting all the things instead of blowing away? He could have lived like let my last check bounce. No. He's keeping everything close. Why? For Nachiketa. And that guy is questioning him. He's not even questioning, he's reminding him. Understand? The moment you don't know how to react, you lost the game. Be very clear. Simply surrender. Don't try to continue the fight. It will be stupid. If you don't know how to react, it means your inauthenticity has been questioned. And you are shivering inside. Come on. Beautiful chance to become authentic. But it is too much for Vajashravas. I think I should direct a TV serial on Nachiketa. Only then whatever I want to convey will be conveyed through the body language. By now the eyes of Vajashrava should be moving from powerlessness to shivering to non-listening. Please understand, that is one of the most stupid weapon inauthenticity uses to escape from authenticity. Non-listening, shutting down, don't go, escape, don't listen. It's too much. Too many things are at stake. With inauthenticity, the first response of inauthenticity to protect itself from authenticity is non-listening. Even in Third Eye Awakening, many people think this power can be given just like one cup of coffee or a tea or a hand key. Listen, I have to first expand your vision, your perception. Once that expansion happens, only the power can be given. If it can be just given like a hand key, we would have started a postal service. Please send MO, PP, VPP, MO, all that. In those days they used to do. MO, money order this much money and receive it by courier. No. Or we would have started selling in Flipkart, Snapdeal. No. It is neither plasma TV to sell in Flipkart, nor a battery cell to sell in postal. Your inauthenticity need to melt down. The authentic vision need to happen. Only then the power I give you, the initiation I make it, the Kundalini I awaken will be stable in you. But when you don't want all that to happen, when you don't want to go through the transformation, you question, how do I know? Does he really have a power to initiate? Boo. After all this, I don't have to prove I am barren. I am not barren. Somebody who had 10,000 kids, are we really sure that he can give birth to kids? After initiating so many and making them experience the power, I think now I don't need to prove that I can. See, authenticity, even if when it deals with inauthenticity, does not hurt it. It only tries to remind. But inauthenticity tries to hurt the authenticity. See Nachiketa. He is not trying to hurt Vajashravas. But see Vajashravas. Straight he is trying to hurt Nachiketa. Vajashravas is acting as if he is not listening. But one funny thing is, when authenticity utters something, inauthenticity, even if it tries to cover the ears, it will be ringing inside. Hey, 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 hey. You can lock here. What about here? I tell you, Upanishad is beautifully recording. Nachiketa asked only once, but it was echoing in the heart of Vajashravas 3 times. I tell you, this is the most powerful poetry with so much of sense. Whenever you try to avoid, the questions of authenticity, and you tightly do this, but inside, hey, hey, hey. That echoing goes on. It's so beautiful the way the Upanishad puts it. Nachiketa asked once, Dad, to whom are you going to give me? See the dedication, power of authenticity, just to remind Dad about his authenticity. He is ready to be given away as charity. If he was given away to some Brahmana, he knows for whole life he has to be a servant for that Brahmana. Serving him, taking care of him. If he was given to some Kshatriya, he knows whole life he has to be a soldier for the Kshatriya. If he was given away to a Vaishya, he knows he has to be shop assistant, accountant for that Kshatriya, for that Vaishya. If he was given away to Shudra, he knows for his whole life he has to be servant, subservient of the Shudra. He is ready even to be given away in charity to remind his father about his inauthenticity. To remind his father about his inauthenticity. All the qualities of authenticity is so beautifully described. How an authentic man will think, how an authentic man will talk, how an authentic man will cognize, how an authentic man will act, react, respond, ponder over and respond. Everything is so beautifully described just in these few verses of the Upanishad. I think Upanishadic rishis are just enamored by the personality of Nachiketa. They are not able to stop themselves singing the glory of Nachiketa. They were not able to avoid putting Nachiketa as a hero. Even though they all have come to a conclusion, we will not make anybody hero, including Shiva or Vishnu, were never described as heroes in Upanishads. Only the energy representatives of the natures, they are shown, described only as the energy representation of the nature. Parvati is described in Kenopanishad, but not a single description about whether she had 2 hands or 4 hands or had a weapon or nothing. just as Mother Nature. Because they were so clear on their resolution, they are going to create a book just based on the strength of Dharma, not based on any hero. But I think Nachiketa has gone beyond any of their logical editing capabilities. He is so unavoidable. They were floored by his glory. They just lost and forgot their resolution not to make anybody hero. Every line in this Upanishad sings the glory of Nachiketa. Seven-year-old boy is ready to be given away in charity as a slave for a Brahmana or a Kshatriya or a Vaishya or a Shudra, just to remind dad about his inauthenticity. What a dedication. In front of Nachiketa's dedication, nothing, nobody else's dedication can even stand. Such simple thing. Just reminding the dad about his inauthenticity. He could have straight away asked, Dad, do you remember the verse you taught me? That you are supposed to give away all the best things you have and all the best things you like. See, it's a beautiful concept. Whatever society accepts as best and you have, maybe diamond, gold. But it is not that always what society thinks as best is what you also think as best. For you, it may be just a mango or a little salt, the best thing in your life. That is what has happened yesterday in the noon when I was resting. The Swamis who take care of me, they came and started describing, this person is donating this person is given this. They started reporting to me. I said, just get me one mango and little salt. I am not interested in anything else now. They said, Swamiji. I said, what society thinks as best is one. What I think as best now is different. Come on, get me just 2 mango and little salt. The Vedas describe both you have to give up. During this yajna, many times what you think as best may not be exactly what society thinks as best. But a king will be having both. What society thinks as a best and what he thinks as best, both he may be having it. He will be having it. A king will be having both. He could have just told, Father, you are supposed to give away all the best things you have and best things you like. That would have solved the issue. He could have been satisfied that I have done my job authentically. No. But he is not here doing it just to justify. Many times I can say 90% of your work is just to justify you have done it, not to get the result. Look in. Whenever you are working just to justify you did it, not bothering about the result, it is inauthenticity. Nachiketa is not interested in that game. What can I do? I just told my father. I reminded him. After that, what can I do? Then he would have never become Nachiketa, and whole Upanishad would not have been singing his glory. The rishis who did not even make themselves as heroes. And I tell you, please understand, renouncing wealth renouncing comforts, renouncing luxuries, renouncing relationships. All that is very easy. But renouncing the recognition and the desire to be described as a hero is literally renouncing very life. Renouncing the Purushatva, renouncing being center of the action, renouncing being described as a hero. These great rishis who renounced even the desire to be portrayed as hero, desire to be described as hero. I think Nachiketa's renunciation was too much to be denied, to be avoided. Even these rishis were not able to control themselves, so they just sang a stotra on Nachiketa. They tried to pen down Shastra. Unfortunately, they were so glamoured and enamored, they lost themselves in the glory of Nachiketa and sang a beautiful song on Nachiketa, poetry on Nachiketa. Every line described here is subtle but so beautiful, describing Nachiketa and his glory. Rama going to the forest because of his father's gratitude for Kaikeyi, and the Kaikeyi who was misguided. Of course, I am not underestimating it. I am not disrespecting it. But Nachiketa ready to go and do anything his master wants, being a slave for whole life under somebody, just to remind his father about authenticity, seems to be a too big sacrifice for a too small but important need. When you think something is too important, even if it is too small, you will be ready to sacrifice you. Nachiketa's Shraddha, non-violent, non-hurting, but able to remind his dad about his inauthenticity. Even if the Upanishadic rishis would declared that they will not sing anybody's glory, they will not make anybody as hero, including themselves, even if they are not able to stop singing the glory of Nachiketa, they were just enamored, floored by Nachiketa and singing his glory in so many verses. Me, a person full of devotion, how can I stop? I'll continue to sing. I'll continue to sing the glory of Nachiketa, at least for some more days. What a character. Even if it is imagination, I'll just enjoy the character of Nachiketa. I know for sure it is not imagination, but even if it is imagination, what a character. What a character to be imagined. Mhm. What an authenticity. What a brilliance. What a brave. What a power. What a power. I'll continue to sing the glory of Nachiketa. I'm singing the glory of Nachiketa, especially for my kids to understand and imbibe Nachiketa. So today, the subject for Vakyartha Sadas, authenticity does not necessarily to be egocentric or violent. Not only does not necessarily it should be egocentric and violent, actually it should not be egocentric or violent. How our authenticity can be expressed, help everyone to become authentic without being egocentric or violent. That should be today's subject for Vakyartha Satas. With this, I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Advaita, the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.